Okay.
ভালো
Palo.
বাসি
Bashi.
That's it.
Ami team Ashni and Kay.
Let me take a video.
Palo. Bashi.
Yes.
No, I
Yes,
can't.
let me take a
It's
video.
difficult.
It's easy. It's easy. Let me take a video, okay? Ami, team Ashni and
If
Kay.
you're recording, I'm going to screw it up.
It's fine, it's fine.
Ami team Ashni and Kay.
ভালোবাসি।
Palo. Bashi.
That's it. That's excellent. Okay, ready?
Alright.
Okay, let me take the video.
Ami. Are you ready?
Yes,
Ami team Ashni and Kay. Palo. Bashi.
exactly.
Alright.
Great.
Good teacher. Good teacher. Good teacher.
He's a vice president of Team Ashni.
Okay, I see.
And he's there.
Very good.
Let me take a picture.
Nice to be here. Very nice to meet you all. It's my first time in Bangladesh and I'm having a lot of fun meeting a lot of people and everyone's been very hospitable, very nice to me, and it's been very different from where I come from in Australia, very lively, with a lot of people, a lot of nightlife, so it's really nice to be here. And it's nice to see all your faces. So you're all currently have done your IELTS or doing your IELTS test? Yes? All right, fantastic. Yeah.
Or you can come here.
Do you want me to hit the slides?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to? Okay, fair enough. I was blocking it, sorry. Okay, so I thought I'd start by just talking a little bit about myself, my background, and how that is actually linked to UTS. So I was born in Australia, so I was born in Sydney, and I actually lived here most of my life, which is a suburb called Little Bay. It's a nice little it's on the coast of Sydney, nice relaxing being brought up there. And then I went and completed my undergraduate degree, my first class honours and PhD at UTS. So basically I've been at UTS since 2007. Okay, so that's about 15 years now I've been at UTS, affiliated with UTS as a student. And then I worked at UTS and I'm working at UTS College at the moment. So I started as a teacher during my PhD at UTS College, and then I became an academic coordinator in physics and materials. And 6 months ago I got promoted to my current position, which is the T&E Quality Manager. Okay. So my tertiary education, I did my undergrad in applied physics and I got my first taste of electron microscopy, and that's what my postgraduate degrees was mainly majoring in. So you can keep going. So I had to use machines like this, which was quite fun. I did a lot of research, and if you go to the next slide, you'll see what type of research I did. So I programmed an electron microscope, so electron beam, basically to create patterns and also create three-dimensional structures of many different materials. So here it's all in platinum. And to give you an idea of the scale, we were able to create structures to the nanoscale, so nanometers basically. To give you an idea of the scale of that, a nanometer is about trying to find a soccer ball from space in someone's backyard. Okay, this is how small, really small, on the order of looking at atoms basically, individual atoms. Thank you. So, I did my PhD in a similar kind of field, and I was very lucky. During my PhD, I was able to go to a lot of conferences to show my work and visit a lot of countries. And now that I'm teaching, sorry, you go back for a second. Now that I'm teaching as well, I've been able to visit quite a lot of countries around the world and see a lot of different cultures. And I'm happy to say that I can add Bangladesh to that list now, so Bangladesh College, so that's fantastic.
I know that Australia's capital city is Canberra.
Yes.
But Sydney is very known. So what's the difference between Canberra and Sydney?
So I think, I'm not sure if this is technically correct, but I think there was a bit of a dispute as to which city should be the capital, Sydney or Melbourne. So they decided to find a spot between the two cities and make that the capital. And Canberra is in between Melbourne and Sydney, but it's much closer to Sydney, which means Sydney is really the true capital, I think. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Everything is in Sydney.
Sydney is the biggest, well, Melbourne's pretty big too, actually, but Sydney is the biggest city in Australia. Probably the most, how should I say, has the most landmarks as well, the Opera House, the Harbour Bridge. It's a really beautiful place. But Canberra, yeah, just to make Melbourne happy, we've made Canberra the capital, I think. But Canberra is actually quite nice. But because it's very multicultural, in your classes, you're going to meet a lot of people from all over the world. So it's actually a very, I would say, good experience to be able to meet people from all over and interact with and learn other people's cultures. And I think that's another part of studying, right? It's not just about studying, it's also socializing, it's also meeting new people and forming new experiences and making new friends. So I think overall this is a really nice aspect of coming to Australia, as well as what I said, you know, it's a lovely city, good facilities, nice landmarks, lots of things to do, and lots of different food to try as well, I think. Hope that helps. All right. Is there any other questions? Yeah.
Is there any part-time job facilities in UTS?
Any what, sorry?
Part-time job facilities. Part-time job.
In-campus job. You mean ATS in Bangladesh or ATS in Australia? Definitely. If you would like to answer, you can answer.
So I didn't actually...
On-campus job, I think.
On-campus jobs. Sorry, of course, yeah. So on campus, you be teaching, okay? So in terms of on campus, you can become a casual teacher, well, a casual demonstrator, casual teacher, casual tutor, casual lecturer. While you're studying, you can definitely do this. This is typically done for postgrads, but there's also student help center, which students can actually do. There's a lot of student groups and student support session where they can be employed to actually help other students out. In terms of while you're doing your undergrad, there's not too much more on campus besides these kinds of teaching and student helps and things like that. But I think if you want to do postgrad, then it starts to open up for you. So on campus, I was actually a technical officer at UTS. So I said I was also a teacher when I was doing my PhD. I also got offered a job as a tech officer. So I was doing 2 jobs while completing my PhD. One at UTS, one at UTS College, and then completing my PhD at UTS. So there's a lot of opportunities, and I think, especially if you're going after it, and if you're asking me now, it means it seems like you're driven to find something, and you're driven to find some work experience while you're there. If you look for it, you'll find something. Definitely. No worries.